who are going to talk about families.
Let me give you the kind of background behind this to start off with, and then I'll let Dave formally introduce himself. So, I can't remember how I came across it, but BOONEDAM had done some Revit content. They generated their own content, they published it, I downloaded it, I started playing with it. Some of you may have seen my blog post. One of my colleagues put me in contact with David. David came in, we had a discussion about it, and I said, well, actually, don't just take my opinion, mine's just a very narrow view. I said, you've got the opportunity to have a discussion potentially with a wider group, and would you be happy to come along and present? So we can pick up on the specific details of what the content does or doesn't do. So David's kindly offered to come along and talk about what you're doing, and I think it's really encouraging, in my opinion, to see that manufacturers are stepping up to the plate and recognising that this BIM thing is just not some flash in the pan, that stuff is required now, it's what you want. He's really come to have a discussion with us about what do we really need. All right, so if I could hand over to David.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by thanking David and Alan from the London Revit User Group for inviting us along this evening. My name is David Godden-Duske. I'm a specification manager for BOONEDAM in the London area. Following the recent release of our 4 Revit models that we released in January of this year, David's already touched on and included it in a recent blog, which has prompted obviously our invitation along this evening. Why BIM? Well, BOONEDAM obviously have seen the user base and users of BIM rapidly increasing. And again, that's the stats in a recent survey has given that the user base is now 31%, which is up approximately 18% on 2010, and it's set to increase in the next 5 years. Again, a rapid increase. BIM is more than just a 3D model. Presently, we issue NBS specifications and separate drawings and separate other documentation, etc. It'll be good and quite exciting to include that all within one model. Again, the BIM model again is not just a 3D object. Again, it's going to provide or include information which then will eventually become important for the facilities manager and the owner, O&M manuals, etc. We've essentially, my colleagues in our Dutch office instigated this and following a trend. As and when more projects coming in had a BIM requirement, we decided to follow that trend, again following more and more requests. So that's how it initially instigated for us. What we found out in the past is that 2 of our particular products, the Crystal Tourniquet and the Swingway, have evolved really from requests from architects asking us again to push the boundaries on revolving doors, for instance with the Crystal Tourniquet, an all-glass revolving door, which was not existent until we introduced the product. And again, the Swingway follows on from a speed lane product, and we were asked again, there was constant requests because the cabinets were very, very wide, and we were asked if we could narrow that down as space become more of a premium, if you like. So those 2 products pretty much evolved again from constant requests as we moved from 2D to 3D. And then as a worldwide and a leader for revolving doors, we feel it's our responsibility to provide you guys with the right tools, so the right product can be put forward on the projects as well. There's currently 15 products over 4 product groups within BOONEDAM, so obviously we needed to make a start. So what we did, we reduced the 15 down to 4. All revolving doors, 2 are standard capacity revolving doors and 2 are high capacity revolving doors. And 4 products are our most common product that we install around the world. So it provided a good starting point. A little bit about BOONEDAM. 2005-2006 we made the transition from 2D drawings to 3D drawings using Inventor. And that was full 3D, and that was again used for call-off purposes, CNC sheets for machinery, etc. But it was literally creating the door in full 3D, so that was every nut, bolt, washer, cog, etc. And then in 2011 we made the decision to commence development of 4 Revit models. And then in January of this year we launched those out into the marketplace. And then obviously today we invited along to do a presentation just to let you know where we are. My knowledge of Revit is very minimal, so I can't go into a lot of the technical details, but it's really just to let you know the BOON objects or the Revit models that we've created to date, we believe are a good starting point, considering it's literally our first attempt. But using your feedback, we're hoping to enhance and fine-tune that and create a great Revit model for you to use. And then in 2012, 2013, we'll be looking at, once again, we've got your feedback, so we know where we need to be going and down the right track. We'll then apply that same process to the remaining products. So David asked me just to touch on the level of detail, really. So I've called up here a model for the crystal tourniquet. What it details here basically is it gives you a whole matrix of the models available. So the revolving door is available as a 3-ring and 4-ring with various diameters, and then within the diameters you have various heights as well. So you can see all the parameters here that you have to control literally the full size of the door and the configuration, 3-ring, 4-ring, whether it has night sliding doors to close off the cylinder segment of the door as well. And then you've got the levels within the model as well. And again, you can see there, you've got the ceiling, you've got the floor box. Floor box, again, with the crystal being a glass canopy, for an automatic door, there's only one place for the driver, that's within the floor. So you've got options whether it's in the floor or under the floor. So again, you can select that to leave the opposite. And you've got the 3-ring, the 4-ring, again, night sliding doors as well. So it's fully configurable. We've then got the same for the tourniquet. Again, it runs through the listing that's available for you and the diameters, etc. Again, the parameters to show that it's fully configurable again. And again, the level of detail, again, confirming 3-ring, 4-ring configurations, etc. Then we go on to the high capacity doors, where the number of options are slightly reduced. And again, we've got the different finishes as well, and again, junction details, etc. So again, in line with the other models, it's fully configurable as well. And again, the Geotour, which has this particular model here has an integrated sliding door as well. So again, there's additional parameters for that. So you again control the diameter, the height, the finishes, and then you've got the sliding door element as well, whether that be sliding or swing door. And again, you've got the various layers that can control that. So the overview of our 4 current Revit models, and then we're not saying they're perfect. This is our first attempt, so really to use your feedback, we can hopefully perfect them. So each model is scheduled as a door. It's a good starting point. Each model, as I've just shown you, is fully parametric, fully configurable. Each model does contain an extensive level of data as well, which will give you the specification for the door, and multiple diameters and door wing configurations. The level of detail, as I've touched on, when we moved from 2D to 3D, we included every nut, bolt, washer, and that's pretty much our approach to the Revit model as well. So it's very, very detailed. I don't know if anyone, if all of you managed to see David's
We'll
blog
fire it up on the laptop in a minute so you can kind of get
but it even includes manifestation on the door wings as well. One of the downfalls that I picked up from a meeting following the release with David is that there's currently no control over the level of data. So at the moment, the models are only available as file. And to give you an idea of how big they are, it's the current file sizes. Now, I had a play with one of the models recently myself, the Crystal, where I reduced the multiple levels down to 1 diameter. I deleted the night sliding doors, and I cut the model size down by less than half. It means that you do have to delete some multiples and delete various objects. The Revit models are available by request. We have in BOONEDAM in the UK 3 dedicated specification managers. Myself, my colleague Jason Barnes at the back of the room, and Richard Davis who covers the north. Or if you'd like to do it via the website, the models are available by request as well on the website. As I say, my knowledge is very limited, so rather than do a questions and answer session, it was really just to highlight that it's our first attempt, and we welcome as much feedback as we possibly can to improve upon current models that we have. Thank you.